Just been a rough year.
Another rough year. Maybe the worst one of all.
I'm beginning to think so.
You are?
Yeah. If I had to compare it with the other years, I would think it has been a rough year.
You may begin to wonder how bad things can get.
Oh, I don't think they can get any worse.
Well, they can't. Well, keep your fingers crossed, right?
Let's say I hope they don't get any worse.
I hope they don't, too. No, I'm sorry. And you've been expected, and you're expected to sort of hold on through all this, I suppose.
I do. I struggle every day. Every day is a struggle just to keep going, not to do something. I am, I think I've said it before, that I am existing, not living. But I don't want to hurt my daughters by doing anything that would harm myself, to make them, there's no reason for them to suffer.
It's probably the main thing that holds you to life.
It's the only thing.
Only thing.
I mean, it really keeps me going. Jan keeps me going also. Friends, but it's mainly my children. I keep pictures of them in my kitchen where I'm sitting most of the time, and if it gets real rough, I'll look at them, and I just have to keep going for their sake. I just can't hurt them.
Those are your saints, aren't they? Your saints. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I would call them saints.
But you know what I mean now.
Yeah.
Things you...
They're very important to me. And they shouldn't be hurt in any way.
But how?
Just keep going. I guess it's because not wanting to hurt my kids. I actually think if I did something, how they would feel, and just seeing them and knowing how they would feel stops me. Sometimes I thought about writing a letter to them and trying to explain how things...
How you know, how awful it was, right?
But,
you sort of get their permission to get release, right?
Well, just so they wouldn't be
hurt.
Blaming themselves for anything. That's very important too.
Sure. That they give you a free, easy passage, knowing that they wouldn't be hurt, right?
Well, they shouldn't be hurt.
But you brought yourself to write those letters.
If I write that letter, then I would end it. Sometimes I'm afraid I might stop thinking on how it might hurt them and do something. But sometimes it gets real rough. I call Jan, or I just manage to talk myself out of it. I'll look at their pictures and just say I can't do it. I'm not important there.
Awful. Surely if they knew how much pain you were in, they would want you to not suffer, right? You haven't talked about it with them?
I don't want them to know.
You don't
I don't want them to worry about me.
I see. Well, that hardly seems fair to you, huh?
It doesn't matter about me. They're important. I don't want to do anything that's going to make them worry about me. As far as they know, they think I'm fine.
They think you're fine.
They think I'm happy.
What do you do when you see them? Do you smile and
of course I do.
Smile and pretend and
I pretend.
Boy, how do you do that?
I can do it. I do it in work.
You should have been an actress. So nobody knows. Nobody knows at work. Nobody knows in your
No, sometimes they'll get a little
children.
too quiet and they'll just say, you know, something. I'll just say, enjoy it while you can. I don't get quiet too often. I know it. That's when
That's when you want to die.
have to be a little stronger, that's all.
Excuse me?
That's when I have to be a little stronger.
A little stronger. My
A lot
God.
stronger than... You're making me sound like I'm a saint, Doctor.
Well, there is something sort of saintly about it, isn't there?
No,
I mean,
just
not wanting
a mother
your
protecting
kids
the
not wanting your kids to have to worry or to feel to blame or anything like that, right?
That's
There
right.
is something sort of saintly about that.
I think any parent would feel that way.
No, they don't all feel that way.
Majority of them do.
Oh, listen, how many parents are able to put themselves that much last, right? Some do. Could your parents do that for you?
I didn't have parents.
You didn't have them. Well, then
No.
you don't know. You didn't know whether they could or not.
No.
But that's your dream of what they would have done, right?
Oh yeah, I raised my kids the way I would have liked to have been raised.
The way you would have liked to have been raised.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of saintly too.
I think you're embarrassing me, Doctor.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean to make your life any harder than it is, but it really is something. My God. You had no parents.
No, I had a grandmother that raised me, and a bunch of aunts and uncles that I never felt like I belonged to anyone.
No, you couldn't. You couldn't. You couldn't. And no doubt that's part of what you feel now.
Yeah, you're right, Doctor. I don't belong.
I don't belong, you know. Well, I've never known anybody who felt that way that liked it. So you determined that you were going to give them the kind of life, the kind of protection that you never had, eh?
And the love.
And the love.
And I did, too.
Even to the point of holding on to an unbearable life so they wouldn't worry and so forth.
That's right. I feel they're very important to me. I didn't have to keep them. I could have gave them up. I could have had an abortion. They're my responsibility. I love them very much, and I'll do anything for them.
You apparently are doing anything, aren't you? Sort of ultimate thing. Where do you get the strength to do that?
I don't know. I just hope I continue to have it.
Well, I don't know whether to wish you have the strength or not, because if you have the strength, then you have to hold on and suffer. And if you don't have the strength, then maybe you can escape, right? Maybe you can have a little peace at last, right?
I agree on that. It's one way I'd be happy.
Terrible spot to be in. It's silly to say that. God, you know it better than anybody, don't you? Boy. Well, I don't know. I know you don't like that word saintly, and I don't mean to embarrass you for heaven's sake, but I don't know how you would describe it.
I don't know. You just give me too many compliments, Doctor, and I don't feel I deserve them. I
don't mean to be soupy or sugary or anything like that. I just think that's sort of amazing.
Let's see, it's where our opinion differs. I don't think it's amazing. I just think it's something parents would do. maybe
Oh, I
dip
know an
away,
awful
I
lot
don't
of
know.
parents that don't do it. Not that that's the point, really, but I do know a lot of parents that don't do it. I don't know whether I could do it myself, much as I admire it.
Well, maybe I'm a little different that way.
Well, something seems different.
I just know what hurt is like, and I don't want that to happen to them.
You know what hurt is like, right?
Right.
You could maybe write the book about that. Hmm?
Yeah, and I don't like to see people hurt, even strangers, let alone my own children.
Mm-hmm. Your own flesh and blood.
I mean, I can't protect them from all hurts.
No, you wouldn't want to.
But one,
all
no,
hurts.
they have
no,
to.
they have
I
to
know
face
that.
something. But that you wouldn't want to.
No, I want them to. They're very independent. They've, learned a lot on their own. I just don't want to inflict any hurt on them. That's all.
Well, you go even further than that, don't you? You want them to be comfortable, to feel that their mother's all right.
I don't want them to worry about me.
Yeah, you want them to have their own lives, free, right? In a way that you never had yourself.
That's correct.
That no one ever gave you.
No.
So it isn't as if you do this because you've had an example of something. It's because you haven't really had an example, isn't it?
That's right.
If you build it up, sort of make it up yourself, right? Out of your own grit.
Right, because I know what it's like. I know what it's like to be hurt. I know what it's like to watch people be hurt. And I've learned at a very young age. No way was I going to treat people like that, or if I had children, which I didn't at the time, they weren't going to be treated like that. That's all. I just, like I said, raised them the way I would have liked to have been raised.
Yeah. Under very difficult circumstances too, right? By yourself for the most part.
By myself, all by
yourself.
I'm not married, Doctor, so I raised them myself.
You had to handle it, and I think how hard it is to raise children with two parents, to raise them with one.
Well, they deserve a lot of the credit, too. They're good kids. They're beautiful inside and out.
Well, they have quite an example. And I know one place they must have learned it more.
Oh, yeah. They learned some from me, myself, and they learned some on their own, too.
Boy, you walk around in life and you just don't know what people are doing, do you? You don't know the kind of sacrifices they're making and the things they put up with for others. Boy.
Well, I don't think I would want people to know what I'm...
No, I don't think you would. I think you'd be embarrassed.
I would.
Yeah. And you certainly wouldn't want them to know. That's
definitely
the point.
not.
No. Although somehow it would seem fair that they should know what kind of a person their mother is.
Well, they know him. They think I'm great.
Well, I'm glad they got that message.
Oh, yeah. I've always had their love. Never doubted their love. I know they think... I know they're proud of me because I gave up drugs after so many years. I know all that.
Well, they got another reason to be proud of you, boy, and that is that you know that...
But they don't have to know
must know
that,
what you... Well, they must know a little bit of how much you feel about them.
Oh, they know that. The feeling is mutual. Like I know I have their love, they know they have my love. They'll always be my daughters, no matter, even if they're married and no matter how old they are, they'll always be, married. And
you'll always be their mother.
I don't ever want to be a burden on them either.
No, that's the theme of the whole thing, isn't it? That you don't want to be a burden, that you want to give them freedom.
That's right.
Give them strength and independence.
Right.
And not to feel that they're burdened by your suffering, or that they're guilty because your life is unbearable, right?
There isn't any reason for them to know this. I don't see what purpose it would serve. Make 3 of us miserable, or sad, or unhappy.
Yeah, it would be bound to affect them.
Sure it would. It would make them unhappy, like I said, and they'd worry about me, be concerned, and I don't want that. I want them to go on in their own lives and without worrying about me.
I just wish we had some way to do that for you.
I wish you did too.
Gosh, how far away we are from being able to do for you what you've been able to do for 2 of them, all by yourself. And here we are, you know,
Oh, you
lots
help
and
a lot
lots
of
of different people, you know, and yet we can't do for 1 person what you've been able to do alone for 2. Well, that's a mighty humbling fact. Well, maybe we should. We're also taking from you. Maybe we're taking from you the example of how we'd like to be, and what we'd like to be able to do for other people.
Well, I hope.
Maybe that's something we owe you too.
We don't know yet, but I just hope this is of some help. I don't know how, but I just hope it is. By my coming here and...
Well, maybe this example of what one human being can do for others in the face of, you know, unbearable conditions, maybe that example is something for everybody to strive for. Well, it's awful nice to see you again.
You too, Doctor.
And experience a little bit more of what you do, and as well as a little bit of what you put up with.
Well,
my hat is off to you.
Like I said, I think you're giving me too much compliment.
Oh, no, I don't think I get anywhere near enough. I don't think I give you anywhere near enough of what's true.